Hi guys, it's Granny Tanner speaking. Welcome to this Manor Lord update video. There is an update for Manor Lords, already a huge update, but at the moment it's still in beta mode. So it's not available for all players, only for the courageous players who dare to test an unfinished update. And I'll show you how to get it. So we go to the Steam page, and yeah, for me, I have it running the game in the moment. You shouldn't have it running while updating, but I show you where to find the information. So this is the the page of the Manor Lord, and here you find a news, and it's in English, and yeah, it's a long news article, as you can see, very long, and it first tells you how you can get this update. So everybody can get it, but only if you so wish. And here it tells you how to make an update of your save games, and then how to install the new beta version. And it is here we have a password, very nice basket, and you have to use this to participate in this beta version. And then right click on the Manor Lords, and sorry, this is in German, but it will look rather the same for you. Here is the betas, and there you can enter this very nice basket and click on this, and then you can choose the pre-release and update that is not yet finished. But only when you want to experiment. If you want to keep it safe and only play the released version, then you better wait until this update is tested. And there will be some bugs, because there are always some bugs, and when those are repaired, the update will be available for everybody and will be installed automatically. So, and now about the patch notes on and what have been changed. And this is quite a lot. This is a massive amount of stuff. Here are only some of the most important things, and I wrote down the things I find most important, and I will tell you about those points inside the game. But if you want to get the whole patch notes, you can go on reading here, and then further down you get the full package, and it is really a lot. This developer must have worked on his game day in and day out without sleeping since the release, because there are so many changes. Wow. I think when you have a AAA game and they have a team of 100 developers, they don't make so many changes in such a short time. So this is really a hero of developing the developer of Manor Lords. I'm very impressed about all those changes. Yeah, here, it doesn't end. It's really a lot. And so we go back to the game. I'm testing it since yesterday, so for you it's the day before yesterday. First I waited one day to see whether some YouTubers say, oh, this beta update is a catastrophe, because that happens quite often. But there wasn't any catastrophe that I saw yet. And then I said, okay, I'll try it, and I made this whole town with the new version. and I'm quite happy with it, with most of the stuff. And therefore I think, okay, it's okay to make a video for you, and then you can think about whether you want to try it or wait until the update is ready for everyone. And I would say the most of the changes are useful and sensible. Some I don't like so much, but I think this is normal. There are always players who wish for things that are not the same that I would wish, and so this is just normal. But most of the stuff is, I would say, yes, it's very nice to have the update, so I prefer to play with the updated version. So, what's new? This saw pit is more productive. So they are just more productive, and they have a bigger storage. Before they only had one log storage, and therefore it was always full. And then they had, when they produced planks, they had to wait until the next log came, and like this, the one who brings the logs, the timber, can bring one after the other, and the saw pit people can work. And I think it's quite nice, because the saw pit was somehow something like a bottleneck for me rather often, and now this is better. And yeah, my tip for you, if you want to have a good working saw pit, then put an oxen permanent to this saw pit and to the logging camp. But you need to buy those oxen, so you need to have them. But I think this is really worth it. Okay, the next thing is about the trading. There are quite some changes in the trading area. Here we have the trading post, and at first in the YouTuber version before the release, the trading was just too OP. You could easily make a fortune with trading always the same goods, and then the developer decided to nerf this, and if there is an oversupply, you get not such a good price anymore. And this price went down very strongly, down to $1, and that was too much. And now it's in between. So if you have a light oversupply, the price is still 75% of the best price, and if it's a strong oversupply, the price is half of the best price, and that is much better than before. So you can earn money more easily with always the same goods. And they added the allow foreign trade option, and usually this is activated. This is the normal trading, the foreign trade. And if you deactivate it, you can trade between your own regions with this trading post. Before you needed this pack station with the donkey, and now you can trade between your regions with this trading post function, and there will be money exchanged between the regions. And yeah, and if you make this and deactivate this, then you won't sell to the outside, as far as I understand it. And a lot of the new features or the changed features are still experimental, so we play with this, we try it out, and if everybody is happy, it stays like that. And if too many people say, oh no, that is not working properly, then it will be changed again. And I think this is very good, because then we can, yeah, just try it out, and only if it works out nicely, it will stay like that. And oh, but there is something that I don't like with the trade. The new trading routes, they are, the price are increased exponentially. So if you buy one, then the next one will be increased not just double or whatsoever, but exponentially. I don't know really what that means, but usually exponential means it's an explosion of the price. Maybe not the first time, but if you want to have your 5th route, then you pay an insane amount of money. Here I am at 400 with a lot of trade routes, and I already find it very expensive, so I think a long time whether I want to open this route. I don't like it that it's so expensive, but yeah, what to do? It is as it is for the moment, and I hope they will change it again. And there is this development bonus point here, the trade logistics, and before it was, you if you had this, you only paid 25 bucks for every new route. Wonderful, I would say. But now it's 50% less. So instead of the 400, you would pay only 200, but then the next one would be exponentially more expensive. And yeah, so this was changed to not make it too easy to become rich. Yeah, and then there was a bug when you have your victory, either a big town or you have all the regions or so, and when you wanted to keep on playing with the same save game, you was always thrown back to the victory page, so you couldn't keep on playing in sandbox mode. This has been changed, and I think this is really important and good. And the archers, when fighting, they are stronger again. This is something again like in the YouTuber version, the archers have been very, very strong, too strong. And then they have been nerfed and they became much too weak, and now they are somehow in between. And that is the only thing I know about the fighting stuff with the update, but there is more stuff about the fighting. You have to look at the Steam page if you want to know more about the fighting. Yeah, then we have the marketplaces, and yeah, they should work better. And I don't know yet whether it is really working. Yeah, but it is improved. So before we rather often had the problem, there were all kinds of food in the storage, but the people in the nearby houses complained about not enough variety of food, and now that should be better. And the display of the crops should be more reliable. And I think that is true. In my German Let's Play save game, I could never see the crops growing or harvest ready. The fields were always empty, even when the people started with harvesting. And now this looks really nice, and I like how it looks. And they made quite a lot of balancing adjustments with the farming, and some of which I didn't understand, but yeah, it should be better, the farming. And what I understood is in the farmhouses here, you can have 2 oxen now. Before there was only 1 oxen per farmhouse. That was the reason why I usually had several farmhouses to get more oxen to work for the plowing. And now you can have 2 of them. And I think that's a big improvement. And if you don't know how to get those oxen into the farmhouse, you have to buy a perk when you get a development success, and this is the heavy plow. And when you have this perk, you can click on the farmhouse, and then you have the symbol here, upgrade to heavy plow, and then you do this upgrade, and then, only then, you can add permanent oxen to the farmhouse. And you need to have the oxen. So first you have to buy the oxen, and so you need quite some preparation. But I would very much recommend, if you want to do farming, you should go for this, because the plowing is much faster with the oxen. Okay, so the next one. Oh, very, very good is the beer consumption is lower. Before, the families, they drank 1 barrel of beer every month, every family, and that made it a little bit difficult, especially when the fertility for barley is not so high in the region. Then it's rather difficult to fulfill the need for the tavern and the beer. And now they drink less, and therefore it's easier to get your houses to level 3. And the food, the overall food for the villagers, for the families, is not eaten in a special order, but more randomly. So if you have a variety of food, every family chooses which kind of food they eat in a month. And therefore, I think it should be more evenly distributed if you produce all kinds of food. And sure, if you have a huge amount of vegetables, there will be even a lot of vegetables, but it's more random what they eat. And yeah, then there is something what I would consider disadvantage from this update, but what I guess the support people would consider an advantage. And this is the tents camp. Let's see how they call it. Settlers camp. The settlers camp. Before you start with such a settlers camp, and the people are considered homeless, and you could upgrade this settlers camp, and yeah, then those people wouldn't move into the houses that you built for them. And therefore, a lot of people did this upgrade, and then they were wondering, why don't the people move to the new built houses, and other families come, and my people are still in this wooden settlers camp, in this upgraded one. And therefore I as far as I heard, they got a lot of support questions for that, and therefore they decided to remove the possibility to upgrade the settlers camp. And I can understand why they did it, and they want to reinstall it if you want to build a settlers camp in a new region, but as I understand, not for the beginning, because that was the mistake number one that people made and then complained about the game, the people not moving in. And yeah, I find it very sad, because after getting to know about this mistake number one, I thought, okay, maybe this is a good solution, because then you can give them those wooden tents, the upgraded settlers camp, they are more happy. And when you build the real houses, new settlers move in. And that's what happened. I have some save games, and the village grew much faster, because when I built the first two houses, I already got 2 new families, and then usually I did it like that. I built 2 or 3 new houses for new families. I was happy about the new settlers, and then I built the 5 houses for the original settlers, and I destroyed the settlers camp, and that worked very nice. And yeah, I got a much better and faster start. But now this is over. I'm a little bit sad, but I think we can live with this. And I can totally understand that the team doesn't want to have so many support questions. Okay, the last thing of this update I found worth mentioning is the taxes for the king. They are here, and as I understand, they start after 1 year, because that happened for me in this village. After 1 year, suddenly there was a red number, and it told me annual royal tax, and I had to pay $70 or so. And I thought, okay, will they take the money from here? Because here I didn't have any money. And then they wrote, enact tax policies to increase treasury. Therefore, I hurried to build my manor, my small little manor, and I made taxes here. And first, the land tax I only made 1 or 2%, until the approval loss was 0. I wanted to keep the people happy, and I earned not enough money to pay the taxes. When I made this land tax, I got taxes here, but it was not enough to pay the tax. And then I had to increase it. And first I increased it to 12% or something like that. That helped for the second payment. And now I could lower it again. Maybe 5% is a good number, but then I have to live with this approval loss. But I think as of now, my experience is I can't have such low taxes that the king is happy and the people are totally happy. So I always have a little bit of taxation angriness of the people. Yeah, but the king is happy now. Okay, so that's it about the update, and I'll tell you about my plans. Right now I'm experiencing with different settling types and ways how to live in this Manor Lord game. So first I have a big save game without any farming, it worked out perfectly fine. I'll show you this safe game sooner or later. And they live from vegetables and hunting and apples and such. But we have a lot of vegetables plots there. And I think it's easier than with farming, because farming is always such a hustle. In the autumn they have to work such a lot. We need such a lot of people. And here I have a safe game with a lot of farming, where farming is my main topic of this settlement. And I want to try different village types. So in classical Europe there are different types of villages, like round villages, anger, no, it has nothing to do with being angry. It is Angerdorf, and it is more like a meadow in the center. And yeah, row villages, I think those exist a lot in America as well, along a road. And so I want to try different shapes of villages and how you can live with them in Manor Lord and make a profitable and happy village with this. And then I will make videos about this and more tutorial videos, always when I have the impression, okay, I understood how this and this works best, then I'll make a tutorial video. Okay, I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you for watching and all the best. Till next time. Tschüss.